Hey yo, Thursday night, Ross and Risky. What up, my dude?
What's going on, man?
Man, everything is everything, dog. I'm locked in, tapped in. We gotta talk about it, man. That NIL money getting crazy. It's getting funny style out there, and it's a lot of rulings, a lot of suing going on in football nowadays. A lot of people filing lawsuits, and it's gonna have an impact. So we gotta talk about it. The latest thing to come down here recently, Ross. And make sure y'all tap in with us. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We definitely appreciate all that. But the latest to come down is that it's a new ruling out where some players are now being allowed to go back to college. Essentially, like I guess to put it in simplest form, you can go to the, you can make yourself eligible for the NFL, either not get drafted or get drafted and maybe you get cut, right? Or you get drafted and you get put on like practice squad, right? They're saying those guys potentially, there's the potential that they're going to be eligible to say, you know what? It didn't work out like I thought it was going to work out. I still technically have eligibility left. I want to go ahead and go back to school.
Yeah.
What we feel about that, Ross?
It's crazy because I heard about them doing this in basketball. And, it was something I didn't like it in basketball, but I think football is really crazy to be able to do that. I don't know, man. It's getting crazy with all these rule changes. Guys getting 5th and 6 years. Now they can go to the league and come back. I think it's bad for the sport. And it's really money driven. Like I'm all for them getting money. And I guess what it is like, why would I go to the league and be a practice squad, fight for a roster type of guy when I could just go back to school for one more year and make $500,000, whatever it would be. So I understand what it is. Do I agree with it? Do I like it for the game? No.
So you out on it for the game? I don't know. I think I'm leaning toward the fact that I love all this chaos. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm an author of chaos when it comes to the NCAA and the because everything is so hypocritical. I guess that's my thing. It's been so hypocritical for years, right? With all this fake stuff and all of this. It's like, what's the purpose of not allowing these guys? I never understood what the purpose was of not allowing these guys or women to come back to school after that. Because it used to be if you declared. Once you remember, it's like I think we used to be like if you get an agent. Once you get an agent, you can remember in basketball, you can declare for the draft as long as you don't sign an agent, you can come back. Or as long as you don't sign with an agent. Who cares, right? Who because now since the money's on all above board now, we're being paid. I just talked to somebody about money in sports literally the other day who works at a college, and we were discussing. I won't say the college that he taught that we were talking about specifically that he called some. Anyway, they were saying that this particular football team roster spots for the football team, and they are a team in the top 25 right now in the preseason poll. Roster spots are starting out at 200,000. That's what they're starting their roster spots at, right? So, it can't be that you're turning people away because no, you're a professional, you're making money now. Well, everybody's making money, so. If I go to it's like if you had a job, Ross, if you had a job and you apply for a different job, right? And you go over there, you don't really like it, and you want to go back to your old job. If they want to hire you back, you can come back. Like they don't got to let you back on that team if they don't want to, Ross.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be that.
But then it becomes like there's always going to be some teams that's desperate to bring those guys in. And then at this, like what I'm looking at is when I say it's not good for the game, should a guy be able to go do the NFL workouts, go train with the NFL team? I mean, hell, participate in the preseason, and then all of a sudden, like, okay, I'm not as dominant as I was, or I'm not good enough to immediately contribute here. Let me go back and play against these kids. And like, I don't think it's fair. I don't.
But like, when you're saying fair, I guess I'm confused. Like, what makes that not fair? Like, I'm trying to
think you gain something by going and spending that 4 months with the NFL franchise. Do you think that kid that leaves Florida, we got a couple guys more in basketball that's doing it rather than football, and I don't like it in basketball. But do you think a kid, let's say we just throw Michigan out there,
Mm-hmm.
kid, I'm a defensive lineman for Michigan. I'm good enough to start in Michigan. I thought I was gonna be good enough to get drafted in the first 6 rounds. Okay, I'm an 8th round pick. I'm fighting for roster time. Now I choose to go back to Michigan after I done spent 4 months with the Minnesota Vikings. Do you think that kid is going back to Michigan the same as all the other kids that's at Michigan? No, they going back better, stronger, more experience. So now every kid should just do like.
Well. Okay, so let's start with the first argument that they're going back with some type of, because it seems like you're saying like they're getting I don't put words in your mouth, pause, but like they're maybe
y'all think Bronny got by going and being with the Lakers and practicing and playing on whatever Bronny gained by sitting at the end of the bench on the Lakers, and y'all say, oh, it's good for him to sit down and get knowledge, and in 3 years maybe he can contribute. Those kids are getting the same as whatever's Bronny getting by sitting down.
How did Bronny catch a slug and all this?
Because I'm saying, y'all, there is some advantage for being around the team, because that's what y'all told me Bronny was doing
Bronny got drafted, first of all, sir. Let's make this like Bronny was a drafted player and he signed a contract.
I understand this false parallel, but I'm saying the same way when we knew Bronny, y'all told me him just being around the Lakers and just spending time in practice. Y'all was saying for the first 2 years, we don't even care what he contributes. He'll just learn enough just from being around. So I'm saying, and if you take that same concept and you put a 4-month sample size for these college kids that's coming out of the NCAA, going to spend whatever training camp and off-season workouts and off-season conditioning and all this, they're not with their college team. Now they get to go be with an NFL team for 4 months. If that kid decides, okay, I want to go back to college, they're going back with an advantage. They are.
I don't see it that way. If you're saying that he has an advantage because he hung around professionals for the last 3 months, okay.
So why can't high school kids go and work out with the college and go back and compete in high school? There is an advantage. Whenever you go,
you know a lot of high school kids that do that, Ross. You know of a lot of top level high school guys when they go work out.
A Florida commit cannot go say going into his senior year at his high school and go spend 4 months at UF and then go and compete in high school football. No, they can't.
Why not?
They can't. It's against the rules, just like the middle.
Hold on, what's the rule? What rule is it against? That I can't go work out with this? I can't go over here and work out with that? I can go work out with whoever.
Nah, you can't. Man, you can't just go immerse yourself in a franchise for 4 months, be doing all that, and then go back at the Lord. Nah, man, that's not fair. That's not fair. I don't think it's fair.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't think it's that big of a competitive advantage. I just don't, because I mean, what are they doing in? First of all, let's back up. This is the new NFL preseason where it is, my God, is it vanilla? So I don't know. Yes, being around better players, professional players, there is some knowledge that does get exchanged there. But so I guess if your argument is, but see, I'm not even so. If your argument is that just like them being in that situation put them around people that they wouldn't have even gotten a chance to be around, that's helping them, right, moving forward. But man, I don't know who anybody knows, right, or who anybody's around. I like this take right here. It says, this takes away from the college sports experience and makes it more of a semi-pro situation, with them being made being more advanced in age and not quite good enough to make it impact at the next level. But okay, so I agree, but we already there. Once you start paying these cats millions of dollars, Ross, we already at the same. We are. I mean, like, I don't know how we, like, what are we doing? Quarterbacks are going for what, 2 to 5 million in college football if you transfer, or I guess if you sign in one.
You say quarterbacks are going what?
Between what, like 2 and 5 million?
Yeah.
Right, at these big schools.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, bro. We hit. This is where we at. We hit.
So Carson Beck, and he's a 5th-year senior or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm with you. Let's say he had another year. I'm with you. Go ahead.
So Carson Beck should be able to just come back now and I want a bidding war for what school I'm gonna come after he just played a preseason game.
Yeah.
That opens a door that I don't
I
like.
think if the rule is, Ross, that what's the rule now that players are gonna have like 5 years of eligibility?
They said from the 2022 class, they gave everybody an extra year.
Okay, so everybody else is gonna be 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you got 4 years of eligibility, I think personally, because not everybody's going to get this opportunity. So let's stop that first of all. It's only going to be X amount of players every year. But if you're a guy who your 3rd year as a junior, right, there's potentially some NFL interest, right? Why not go and if you get invited to a camp or if you get drafted in the later rounds, why not go and see if you can make a team, right? See what they evaluate or see how it is. And if you can make it, dope. If not, I got another year I can go back to college. To me, I don't see why that's a horrible thing.
I don't like it. Yeah, so it says the judge ruled 16 players to come back.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people.
A couple Ole Miss starters, SEC guys.
See, it's gonna be now. See, the problem here's the problem, Ross. The problem in all of this is not the kids, because this could easily become a non-factor if these coaches in these colleges said we're not going to accept players who left and got drafted or left college. We're not going to sign those guys. But you and I both know they're not going to do that, Ross, because they can't help themselves.
Well, and that's why I'm not going to blame the school. I think they're always going to explore the rule. So if you find a gray area in the rule or you find a way to benefit off the rule, then I'm not going to knock the schools because, hell, Florida, we need to go find a couple of them old dudes. The rule itself, I just disagree with. I don't like it in football even more than I don't like it in basketball.
So you're saying your stance would be once you put your name in the NBA or NFL draft, you're done with college.
No, I think once you report to camp, then okay, it's over. If you want to go,
so if a team brings you into camp,
you want to go do the combine and see where your evaluation is,
right?
That's one thing. But once you get drafted or undrafted, and you end up going to camp and actually training, you're partially a member of that team. Once you report to camp, you're no longer a member of the Florida Gators no more. You know what I'm saying? Once you report to camp, it's over.
Look, I wouldn't have a problem if that's the rule, but if right now that rule is being challenged and they're looking at overturning it, I don't have a problem with the alternative. I think.
So you like it for basketball also?
Yeah, man. This is America. Where my flag at? I'm Don King tonight. This is America, bro.
You know what I'm saying, man.
This is America, baby. This is America, Ross. I can't limit people's opportunity. I'm a capitalist. I can't limit people's opportunity to make money and make a living.
So after the Browns say Shedeur was going to be the 4th quarterback on the roster going into next year, when you remember last year when Shedeur had the whole NFL draft fiasco and all that leading up into, okay, he's the 4th on the depth chart is him and Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have been feeling the type of way if Shedeur would say, you know what, I'd rather just go back to Colorado and make $4 million.
It would have been the best thing for Shedeur. Well, I'll take that back. It would have been the worst thing for Shedeur because it wouldn't have been no Travis there for him to latch onto. So you talk about some exposure.
You would have said he was weak and running away from competition and all that. I don't think you would have just took.
Yeah,
I don't think you would have.
I'm not gonna do like you did, Bronny. See, you brought Bronny into this to diss. I'm not gonna diss Shedeur. I I think he did the right thing because him going back to Colorado without Travis, to me, without Travis, without Jimmy Horn and the other receiver, I can't, the one that's at Baltimore, I think, I that would have been a mistake to go back without his receiving core. So
right,
I think
but
he made the right
as
move.
far as how like it's cool with these kids, and no offense, but these low profile situations with dudes we don't really know of. What's gonna happen when it's a big time like we can really start seeing some people exploit this rule, and y'all not gonna like it.
How? Okay, so give me an example of how they could exploit it, like a big time player.
Like a Pavia or somebody. If Pavia could come back and all of a
I hear
sudden,
he's trying to come back.
that's what I'm saying. And would we accept, like, what would we say about that?
First of all, you got to get a better player than Pavi. I don't think he's that good, but I see what you're saying. Like he had a good run at Vandy.
Those just played like shit today.
Well, Mendoza's not good either, but they're gonna find that out.
Let's say Mendoza struggles the first two preseason games. Hey, I want to go back. Are we gonna just with open arms like, hey, come back? No, man, that's weak.
But I think so to your point, I think it's a little different because with somebody like Mendoza, who's the first overall pick, he's already signed, he's got money, you know what I'm saying? I think with this rule, for me, the spirit of this is for guys who either went undrafted, right, and got an invite, or you got drafted in those late rounds. You're still trying to, like, guys who are trying to make a team. Right, like you're trying to make the team. If you're a guy, who went one of the top picks, or you signed a contract, you're good, right? No, you can't, because you signed a contract. We're good. But if you haven't, or if you're on the bubble of being potentially cut, we don't know what's going to happen, or you're going to be. Yeah, I think the option should stay open and they can come back to school because they took a chance, right? They jumped out there, took a chance. Because here's where it's different.
Quinn Ewers.
Well, we don't want him back, so he can go somewhere else. He can go to SMU or something. We good on Ewers. But here's where college sports is different from everything else that happens in college. A person can leave college who's like a music major or whatever they do. They can leave, try to go make a record, right? It don't pop. They can just come back to school and finish everything out. Nobody cares.
And play?
Yeah, they can go play in the band. Nobody cares. A person can be in the band they give band scholarships. You can be at the band on a scholarship, decide, you know what, man, I just got a call from whatever record label. They want to make a record on me. Go over there, make the record, it go trash, and then decide I'm going back. I'm going back to school. And nobody would bat an eye.
Okay, but that's because there's no and like combat physical sports, there's a level of like advantage you gain. I don't know how to put it into words, but like
no, I understand what you're saying though.
I think those kids that go and do an NFL like training camp, yeah, you've gained an advantage over the kids that's just been working out at like the kids that.
But hold on, though, Ross. I got to stop you because you making it seem like these Power 5 schools, like their training camps and their facilities, you making it seem like it's a junior high or something. I've heard NFL players say that when they got to the NFL, it was worse facilities than what they had when they were in college. I've heard that a bunch of times from a bunch of these big schools.
So we just heard about I just looked it up. Those 2 starters from Ole Miss are going to be going back. So you don't think them getting to work out for 4 months with the New Orleans Saints that now when they go back to Ole Miss, they've gained the upper hand?
I think that, yes, I think that they would have probably gotten around.
The University of Tennessee is doing what the Titans is doing. Like, you think it's the same? You don't think there's a gap in like?
I think the only potential advantage, because I think it's only so many drills you can do, so they're not doing any drills that's like different, but they are playing with better. They're going up against better competition in those said drills, and if you're someone who's taking advantage of being, because we got to stop acting like all of these guys being around these older heads are really picking their brains and getting information. A lot of these young boys don't really do that, if we're being honest, Ross. They not like me and you, kind of how we grew up when we would get around somebody that's that's on the higher level, that we would just really try to, as they say in wrestling, sit up under the learning tree and try to get game. A lot of these cats, man, they gonna put their headphones on and they gonna be somewhere doing TikTok, right? So, I don't know that they're really sitting there. If you're somebody who's in, let's say you're a D lineman, and you got an invite to the camp for the Rams, I don't know that D lineman is really trying to go up to Aaron Donald and what's my man that just got traded there, from Texas, from A&M.
Who? Just got Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a D lineman and you got invited into camp for the Rams. I don't know that particular young man is going up to Myles Garrett and to Aaron Donald and trying to seek information out. He's trying to make the team. I don't know that he's doing that. But to your point, to both of your point, if you're a college player, let's say if it was a kid from Florida, a D lineman from Florida that didn't get drafted, got an invite to the Rams camp, and now for the last quote unquote 3 months, he's been around Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. Yes, if he was speaking with them and getting some tutelage. Now, can he go and do what they did? I don't know, but those are two of the best D linemen of all time. So, yeah, there's definitely, yes. I don't know who else can tell you more information than those two, right?
Right.
So I agree with you, but you still got to go out and execute, right? You still got to go on the court. Like Michael Jordan's sons were Michael Jordan's sons. They just weren't good in basketball. And that's a shot because you took a shot at Bronny. So there you go. I'm even now.
So I'm reading. So the rule actually has to do with age, and it says passed in June that players have 5 years to complete 5 seasons of eligibility.
Right, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Their 19th birthday or when they entered college, whichever comes first. So the 4-year thing that we grew up knowing is over with. You get 5 years now of eligibility. And so some of these guys, like I remember so many cases where like I'm a Gator fan. I remember so many cases where we had a star and they would leave after their junior year. And like, see, my dad hates that. He's like, oh, you should have came back to school. Why wouldn't you come back to school? But the argument was always he got to go get the money.
Yeah.
So they're making the money. So if you're choosing, like, this is where I think they got to take some of the power back. If you like, now you're getting paid. If you choose to leave, then you're gone. You left. That's why I disagree with it. Like, you're gonna make money here. You like, we're giving you money now. The answer isn't, oh, I gotta go feed mama. No, you can feed mama while being here. If you choose to leave after your junior year, then you're gone. Bye.
But let me show you the hypocrisy of the NCAA. Because I agree with everything you just said. The problem is, right? They could do this without a rule. All of those schools can get together and say, we're not going to accept those players. If a player goes, our school, the University of Notre Dame, we're not picking up players once you apply to be pro, and we're done. Listen, you and I both know these
rings over morals, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Depend on them to do what's morally right.
That's my point. So you got to miss me with all that, because these teams are going to be the one. These kids aren't going to just go and bully their way onto a team. A team is going to call them and say they want to bring them in. That's what a team is going to do. So I think that's the bigger issue. The bigger issue is that the teams want these players. It's why most of these coaches now, they talk about how like they don't even really recruit. Like the top schools, they don't really even recruit high school like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go and get like some blue chip kids, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't really searching for those diamonds in the rough like that, because we know we got the transfer portal. We'll just go get some kids to fill in from that transfer portal. Yeah, we'll bring in a couple blue chippers that are good, that's ready to go. But we ain't really looking. You know who really suffers in this in terms of the big programs, and maybe they're gonna, and I don't know if they ever fully develop, but those 3-star guys and those 2-star guys who could have been borderline 3-star guys, to me, they really suffer, because those are the guys who years ago before the transfer portal, right? Some of these schools would have looked at them and taken a flyer on a 3-star guy who they see something in, right? But now it's like, do I want to take a 3-star high school kid to come over here to, let's say, your school, Florida? Do I want to take him, or do I want to get this junior in the transfer portal who just played at whatever school last year, right? Like,
well, also now you can go do JUCO and you get 2 years and it don't even count against your eligibility.
Here's the problem with the JUCO thing, Ross. 2 things. One, now you open yourself up for injuries, right? Because the longer you're not at the show, the more potential for injuries. Like I know, you've been around a lot of JUCOs. Bro, we talk about how like the money in sports is, nobody has ever put money in JUCOs. Like, have you been to some of these JUCO facilities, Ross?
Yeah.
They are not good, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Not the winning programs, for sure.
Right, bro. Like, I've been these like, so you're not gonna go over there and get like the best training. So like, again, you're still going to be behind a guy, in my opinion, unless you just show, raw skill, but you're still going to be behind a guy who played at who's in a transfer portal. I think right now D2s are in a great position. I think D2s can potentially clean up. Now, the problem with D2s is you're going to have like 1-year runs every year, because those kids are all pretty much, if you're at a D2, Ross, and you have a good year, you definitely put your name in the portal.
Yeah, for sure. And for the longest, the problem with D2 is, you could transfer up, but you would lose a year. So now you can immediately transfer. You don't lose a year. So yeah, that's where Buddy from Ole Miss came from.
There you go. Right. So I think these D2s, we're seeing it a lot with these D2s in basketball and in football, that you can, you're going to have some guys that have played well and you can move up. But again, for me, this just comes back to the NCAA and to these programs. And let's call it what it is when we talk about the NCAA. When we're talking football, we're talking what? SEC, Big Ten. That's the big 2. No disrespect to the Big 12, but the Big 12, can we both it? I mean, okay, who would be SEC?
I would say ACC over Big 12.
Okay. So let's say the ACC. How far as a distant third is the ACC from those 2?
I mean, the ACC. I mean,
you think they might be pretty? I don't know. They're not close to
that. No, because they only got 3 teams that have any bit of championship history. You got Florida State, you got Clemson, you got Miami.
Yeah.
Big Ten, you got Ohio State, you got Michigan, now Indiana, you got Oregon, you got SC. SEC, 5, 6 teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you only really have, and again,
Big Ten and SEC are far ahead.
That's what I'm saying. They're so far ahead of everybody else.
Big 12, like who's won a chip in the Big 12?
I don't think any of those schools that are currently in the Big 12
all in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't think any school that's currently there.
Champion.
I'm trying to think. Did Oklahoma State get close at all? I don't think they ever broke through.
Barry Sanders?
Nah, they didn't. They had a heck of a team too. Like, you're good when Barry Sanders was your backup when he first got to campus. Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
Big 12, like Kansas State, like
now what the Big 12 is, the Big 12 is a basketball conference.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're a basketball conference.
But although, I'm saying, as far as football,
Yeah, football wise, yeah, they yeah.
Yeah, they don't have no champions.
No.
American, probably over Big 12. American.
Oh wow, really?
I don't know if they have a champion. American don't have no champions.
American is who?
Cincinnati and
Because I know U of H used to be in the American.
and what are they? Big 12 now?
They Big 12 now. Yeah, they were in the American for a while.
Conferences, football. Let's see.
Yeah, the American is definitely not gonna have nothing.
Teams. Well, let's see. Yeah. I don't think none.
Yeah, they're just not. It's not very good over there.
Yeah. And
It's just not very good.
ironically, yeah, Big 10 is the most. Just because they've been around since the 1800s. I mean, goodness, niggas weren't allowed to play back then. SEC got the second most. Pac-12, but those teams have kind of left. Pac-12 got 15. ACC, yeah, Big 12. All the Big 12 teams that won. Is Nebraska still in the Big 12?
Yes.
Nebraska got 3.
Yeah. Nebraska used to. They had their run. You know what I'm saying? Nebraska used to be.
They won. My dad talked about that in '97 versus.
Yeah, Nebraska had that. They had a run, bro. Yeah, Nebraska used to be. Nebraska was so good. I used to play. What's the white kid's name? He won the Heisman. I used to play with him on NCAA football. Pause. What was he? Quarterback. He got drafted. The NFL tried to make him a safety. Shout out to the NFL.
I'm not sure.
Man, hold on.
From 90s?
Yeah, from the 90s. Yeah, he won the Heisman. What was his name, bro? God dang, I can't believe it. Nebraska QB.
I thought they had a good black quarterback.
Oh, they did. Frazier. I think it was that his name? Yeah. He had blood clots in his legs, I think. But Tommy Frazier was the truth. Yeah. Tommy Frazier was the truth over there. Eric Crouch. Eric Crouch played in Nebraska. He graduated in 2001. Listen, listen. Eric Crouch used to get ghost. Let me see his numbers.
He used to go crazy.
Let me see what his I don't know what his numbers were. Like, let me see. I know he won. Let me see. Eric Crouch. Heisman. What was his numbers? In college. Can I see some numbers? Okay, here we go. So he won the Heisman his senior year. They went 11-1. He had 1,500 yards passing and 1,100 yards rushing. 18 rushing touchdowns. And he was trash. Listen, they couldn't have possibly picked him up as a quarterback. He had 7 touchdowns and 10 picks.
Oh yeah, that's Anthony Richardson right there.
Hey, 7 touchdowns and 10 picks, and they gave that man the Heisman. Lord have mercy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That man the Heisman.
And y'all tell me Shador shouldn't have won the Heisman.
But Ross, to be fair, he had 1,500 passing and 1,100 rushing, bro. Come on, man. 18 rushing touchdowns, bro. He was on his toes, bro.
Yeah, he was Lamar.
Bro, Eric Crouch used to get. I used to use him on NCAA football, bro. That he had some wheels for him on NCAA. Listen, if you not playing contain with your ends, I'm out. I'm out. But shout out to Eric Crouch. But look, Tommy Frazier, though, to your point, though, can I pull up Tommy Frazier real quick? Hold on. Because Tommy, since we're going here, and I want to get to a clip from ESPN in a second about this, but let me go to Tommy Frazier, man. He was gonna be a beast. He won the Heisman in 1990. What year he won the Heisman? He won 2 national titles. Did he not win? He would definitely didn't he win the Heisman? Am I tripping? Damn, he didn't win the Heisman.
Tommy
Hey,
Frazier?
I thought he won. Didn't he win the Heisman? No.
I don't know.
Let me see his numbers. So his numbers. What's his best year? Damn. You see, his best year isn't even as good as Crouch. His best year, 1,400 yards passing, 18, but he had better touchdown interception, 18 touchdowns, 6 picks, and 800 yards rushing. So he never went over 1,000 yards rushing. Crouch went for 1,100. Crouch is a sick human being.
Yeah, Crouch went crazy.
He's a sick human being, bro. 1,100 yards rushing. Okay, let's go. Let me play this clip right here from ESPN. This is what's my guy's name talking about the rule, this whole thing with the NCAA. Adam Schefter, and I agree with Adam Schefter what he says right here because we're in a different state. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. Let's go.
Pete Thamel on Get Up this morning, and apparently there's a judge in Colorado that's going to issue a further ruling today, and I think there's a lot that's up in the air. What I do know from the NFL standpoint is that on Sunday, August 30th, that is the final NFL cut. There are 32 NFL teams that essentially will be releasing 37 players each. That's 1,184 players. I don't know how many of those 1,184 players have used up all 5 years of their college eligibility, but I would venture to say probably not a lot. So you're talking about the prospect of multiple players who don't make it on the NFL rosters, then having the option, potentially, of going back to play in college football. And then there'll be cases where even a player who has the chance to join a NFL practice squad or even an active roster at the veteran minimum might opt to go back to college football. So college football programs now, as Pete Thamel alluded to, are actually looking at NFL teams and studying preseason tape to figure out how they might round out their roster. And if they're bringing in players on September 1st, then that means they're cutting some players from their college programs. And we are in an unprecedented Wild West world where it's gotten crazier and crazier. And this may be the single craziest moment that we've seen yet.
There you go, Ross. See what I'm saying? So don't feel bad because, like he said, in order to fill out their roster, they're gonna cut some kids, Ross. So you see, you talking about what they doing. So how about the poor kid that gets cut because they're bringing in a guy who was just on an NFL practice squad or got invited to camp?
But you can't knock it because at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. When I joked and said rings over morals, at the end of the day, being a good guy ain't gonna keep my job. So we just saw, shout out my boy at Penn State who went and cleaned it up and they couldn't win, so he ended up
cleaned him up.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna knock the coaches and the programs for trying to compete, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Man, I tell you who is my favorite rookie right now. And shout out to pro wrestling, man. Have you been seeing everything that's going on with the son of WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner?
Oh, my boy. Yeah, he used to do that.
Yeah,
my boy. Yeah. Nah, what happened?
His son is a receiver. I forgot what college he played at, but he got invited to camp with the Saints. He already got in trouble for PEDs, and I think technically he's already suspended for the start of the season already.
His daddy cabinet, huh?
Yeah, and here he goes right here because he this is him right now. They were in camp with the Cowboys, and this corner tried to punk him, and he wasn't going. Watch he pull out some wrestling ish. with a suplex out there, bro. Hit him with a little mini suplex. Listen, he ain't going. My boy ain't going, bro.
Is his name Steiner?
So their actual name, it's not technically Steiner. Their name is like what's the actual name? The name is Rick and like Rex Steiner is the
Rex
name.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What they used to call my boy Scott Steiner? That wasn't his only name. What was
big,
his other?
Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Papa Pump.
He always had a little lady next to him.
Yeah.
Smooth dude. Yeah, Big Papa Pump.
There go his son right here. When he had there go you go right there. Look at him. Got his pop stuff on. Yeah.
Leave them steroids alone, boy.
Yeah. And his cousin, right, who played football as well, is currently in the WWE. He goes by the name Braun Breaker. He's a big time player in the WWE. He's in a faction with Logan Paul as a fact.
That's hard.
Yeah,
him and they got a little wrestling family.
Oh yeah. So if he don't make it in the NFL, he gonna go tag team with his cousin, and it's gonna be him, his cousin Logan Paul, and his cousin is managed by Paul Heyman. So they got that. So yeah, they sold up his Braun Breaker, his cousin. For everybody who doesn't watch wrestling, his cousin Braun Breaker is gonna be the next huge superstar in the WWE. He's already won a couple. I think he's won the Intercontinental Champion. No, he won the US title. He's currently, or did he lose it? I think he's currently the tag team champ. He'll be the world champ within the next year or two. He'll be a world champ. Like he's that good. Like yeah. He went viral like a year ago when he speared IShow Speed. Remember that? You remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
That was his cousin. Yeah, when IShow Speed, that's who got his cousin. Yeah, it was him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the Steiner brothers are probably gonna, have a second generation with that. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, yo, his son ain't going. He ain't going.
Hey, speaking of camps, man, you've been seeing all this stuff coming from camps? The training camps. Hey, we talked about it. You kept saying the NFL kind of did. I mean, the NBA did a good job this summer. As kind of dominating the headlines with LeBron and with all these different moves. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just happy to see some football. I've been tuned in to the preseason, tuned in to summer camps. I'm watching highlights from scrimmages. It was Tuesday, and I'm over here locked in this Eagles Patriots scrimmage. Have you been caught up?
I'm not fully tapped in yet. It's just been so vanilla. Like I tried to watch the preseason game with Atlanta, and who did Atlanta just play?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It was just so vanilla. I couldn't even really watch the game. It was just very, very vanilla. So I was like, I
think these in-week joint practices. I love the joint.
Yeah, the joint practices are much better. Yeah,
and I love how we know Hard Knocks and what was the other one? A Football Life and training camp with such and such team. Right. And every team's kind of documented. But I love now through YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, now we're seeing the real time. We're seeing somebody get cooked in one-on-ones, and then we're getting the clip 10 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? So shout out. This week we had the Eagles and the Patriots all week. They play each other this weekend. From the first day, it was Jalen and AJ Brown. It come out that they haven't spoken. All the reporters and stuff want to ask AJ Brown. I like the way he handled it. Man, AJ Brown been torching them boys.
I mean,
AJ Brown has been torching the Eagles. They secondary. Him and Quinyon Mitchell matching up, going crazy. And then Jalen's been struggling. The first day, Jalen threw 3 picks, no touchdowns. I think they say in the first 2 days he threw 5 touchdowns, 7 picks. but it's like good old chippiness. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I love this. I love how NFL and we talked about with the NBA, like bring back the beef. You know what I'm saying? Like the storylines. Like I love how NFL just has these storylines. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here's another one, like New England versus Philly. AJ Brown versus Jalen Hurts. Like I remember New England versus Philly with T.O. when I was with T.O. back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I remember as the people, we kind of hated New England. Now, like the Eagles have become the villains, and New England's kind of like the team you want to root for. It's crazy.
Yeah, they've definitely come full circle.
I just saw today. I saw clips of what's the kid from A&M, KC Concepcion, the receiver that the Browns drafted out of A&M.
Okay.
And he just lit who the Browns playing. Whoever the Browns are playing, he just lit them up all practice. I saw clips of him torching. So it's like I think it's really fun now that in these camps we getting these joint practices, and then we're getting like real time updates every day about who got cooked.
So we don't know nothing about. Here's the only thing we got from Houston, because we ain't got no good news from Houston, but we do know that our owner's wife, Ross,
I do the South Side.
He can hit the South Side. Shock it, rocket. She said, "Shock it, rocket." Shock it, rocket hit the South.
I'll be over there in Fourth Ward. What y'all? I'll be over there. Hey, Jada Kids say I don't live in Miami.
Hey, this is a bad look for Cal. This is a bad look. She outside too much with the culture.
Who is Cal?
Cal's the owner, Cal McNair.
Nah. Hold on. We don't rock with y'all owner at all.
I don't care. I'm just telling you. Like your ladies outside too much.
That's a PR cleanup. We hear the rumblings about y'all owner. Nah, we ain't rocking with y'all owner at all. You know, she trying to clean it up.
Hey, what I'm telling you is, if I'm the owner of a team, like let's say I come into some money, and I start owning the Dallas the Dallas Mavericks, because they ain't gonna never. The Cowboys will always be with the Jones family. Let's say I buy the Dallas Mavericks, and all of a sudden my wife is on YouTube. What's the shit they do in Dallas now? Bend. She out there bending. No, we ain't doing. We ain't doing that.
Hey, all of a sudden she got the shag, huh? No. The other haircut is crazy. The one Buddy be wearing, the Ben dude, where he just got the little hair right here.
Yeah, that's the booty. Yeah, they call it the booty.
Even crazier name. Oh yeah, that's the booty.
Yeah, the booty. That's what they may have a different name now, but when I was down in the DF Dub, they called that a booty.
I think y'all got the crown with that one right there. Like Florida, we got wicks, permanent gold teeth, but the booty might have the crown, but that one right there might have the crown.
Ben.
I ain't gonna lie, they doing the bend here in Florida though. They on
that bend. The youngsters on that bend.
Got one with that bend. The kids love that shit. The kids love that shit.
Yeah, bro. If my lady start doing, listen, if I own a team and she and dad, she start, well, hold on, you two outside. We ain't bending. No, hold on. We ain't doing all that.
Hey, shout out y'all owner, man. She trying to be cool, show some.
Man, she was hitting that south side. She was hitting that thing too. Look at her. Hey. I can only imagine what she was on in college. Oh, she had a couple bros in college.
I'm with the people, man. Stop it. I'm with
the people. Man. Look what she got caught on tape. Look what she did. Look. Yeah, she was like, hold on, I ain't even looking at me.
So that's the owner's wife?
Yeah, that's Cal. What's his name? Cal McNair. Is he the? Uh, yeah, Bob McNair is his pops. You know what I'm saying? So he the
Bob McNair.
yeah
Okay, that's who I. Yeah, that's the
yeah.
guy I'm talking
Bob
about.
McNair is his pops. So he on his. You know how that whole thing
They
goes.
say they dropped the dime on Deshaun. I ain't forgave him for Deshaun. So they dropped the dime on Deshaun.
Hey, well, Deshaun in Cleveland now. He can't even beat Ashador, so they did a good thing.
Man.
They did a good thing, bro. Did you see this? So we talking about some sports right now. I think this is crazy. I don't got all the information, but what happened with this whole thing with tennis? What's going on with tennis? They say tennis star Nick, whatever his last name is, was professionally banned from the sport after he tested positive for cocaine. Is it a lifelong ban? He was snorting coke. That shouldn't be a lifelong ban for snorting some coke.
Problem is, they think he the only one. They think it just stopped right there at him. Like
I saw this and I was like, how? Like he was snorting. I mean, bro, listen. If you in sports, you get tested. You pop positive for some coke. That's a suspension. We can't give a ban for. I mean, come on, man.
unless he did it like before the match.
So I don't know his history. So you're right. Let me take a look. I don't
If
know
he
his
did
history.
it before the match and like okay, right after the match,
He hyped up.
like okay, I feel it, but like from what I mean, I don't know too much about cocaine, but from what I hear is one of them drugs that don't stay in your blood for that long. So like it had to be either he was really hooked on it and he kept it in his blood, or either they tested him like the night after the match and okay, you was like you had done it within the last 48 hours or whatever. Then I understand. But like from what I hear, coke don't. It's not like weed where it stay in your blood for 30 days. Like
They say the International Tennis Integrity Agency said the 31-year-old provided a sample during an ATP 250 event on June 22nd, and a laboratory confirmed the presence of something, whatever this is called. They said a metabolite of cocaine on July 17th. The ITIA placed Nick on a mandatory suspension. Said he does have a chance to appeal the decision. They said he is not allowed to play in, coach at, or attend any events organized or sanctioned by the World Tennis, WTA, ATP, and Grand Slam for any national association. Can't even go to the games. Tennis ain't playing with y'all.
coke only stays in your system from 2 to 4 days. So that's what
he
I'm
must
saying.
have just got a bump. He just got him a bump.
That means he had to be, what I'm saying.
My boy was geeked. Boy, you geeked up. You geeked up. Bitch, I might be. My boy said
if you tripping like that, if you gotta have you a bump, the day of the game or 2 days before the game, the day before the game, yeah, you wild.
I mean, but in baseball, it's known that in baseball, those guys do things to get them hyped up for those games. I ain't saying they do coke, but they do like a lot of caffeine, a lot of yeah.
Huh?
Let me not put that on baseball. They don't do coke.
You threw me off right there.
Yeah,
See, they tried to paint my boy Strawberry and them like bad people. Dwight Good and
Dwight Good, yeah. Shout out to Doc.
Shout out my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Look. They said my girl right here. They said, look, this right here went viral. Did you see this? This right here went viral over the weekend. They said this your coworker that just said she just want a little bump. Your coworker say she just want a little bump.
How that be? That's how they be for real.
She got geeked up. Boy, you geeked up.
Hey, Yeah, y'all know my man. Shout out our mans. That's how he be. You know who I'm talking about.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
Shout
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
out my boy D Rose, man.
Boy, you geeked up. I hear geeking.
A
Yeah, she doing.
dog food, boy, tripping.
Man, you better calm it down. Here go. Okay, one more. Okay, since we talking about that, man, this story right here ain't getting enough pub, so we gonna make it. We gonna make it do what it do right here on Ross and Risky. Let's
Come on.
talk about this real quick, Ross, before we move on. 13 Penn State fraternity brothers charged with running a major cocaine trafficking ring, with some pledges allegedly forced to cut and package cocaine as a part of their indoctrination into the frats. Crazy.
That's crazy, but I mean, hey, we know, like, I'm gonna say the same thing. They thought it just stopped at them. Like we know what time is. Like, come on, bro.
Those
Listen,
them white frats, whew,
what?
a lot of dope use, straight drug use.
Listen, I ain't trying to incriminate nobody. I know a couple niggas, boy. You get in good with one of them frats, boy. That's the only stick you need. You good. Oh man.
Get you a couple white boy Ricks.
Yeah, it's a oh man, I wish I had the clip. It's a viral clip of like the frat, you know how they all be hype. And,
Yeah.
and the nigga like, I got that good for y'all. He like, yeah. He like, yeah. Hold on, I got it.
I got that good for y'all. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, man, this should be a bigger story. You know what I'm saying? Like we keeping it a thigh wow because I mean, this we talking about this is not a regular institute. This is Penn State. This is Penn State, Ross. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't backyard university. This is Penn State. And apparently they're running a major cocaine ring. And they had the pledges for the frat cooking up, packaging up the work. If you want to be down, you got to package up this work. Let's get it. So, yeah, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's crazy. That's crazy on campus, man. Let me know what y'all got going on campus out there, man. I know school just started back, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah, the fraternities. I mean, we saw what was that, Iowa, where they come in and the fraternities wouldn't follow the police. Like, I think fraternities in general just got to be investigated. A lot of weird stuff be going on. A lot of stuff like this, you know. Like we joke about the we know they're doing coke and they're doing drugs, but forcing them to like be a part of the operation is a little crazy. I just think the frats, like, they need to be policed a little bit more. Like, could you imagine if one of the black frats was?
That's what I was gonna get to, because they call them the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine has caught a lot of flack over the last few years for some of like the fraternity. I'm sorry, some of the pledging of these fraternities and sororities. Some of their what they're doing in the pledge process. You know, we know it'd be the paddlings, punching. You know what I'm saying? Eating certain stuff. One of the big things they talk about, I think, is a big. I don't know if the male frats do it. I know a lot of the women's sororities do it. The whole passing of like the egg thing, right? Some real nasty stuff, right? Like you crack an egg and you got a line, right, of people laying down. You crack an egg in one person's mouth, and then they transfer it down from mouth to mouth to mouth to mouth. Listen, if you're telling me that's what we're finna do, I just stopped my pledge process. That's just me though. You know, I'm not knocking nobody that's in the frat, but for me, I ain't doing all. Hold on, we finna do what? I don't want to be whatever this is. I don't want to be that bad.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that at all.
It's crazy. Yeah, I never was I never was like into that type. Like I actually had a lot of not resentment, but like I never really vibed with the frat dudes. Like, you know, some of the bros, I salute. A lot of my family Qs, but like some of them other frats, you know what I'm saying? Pike and all them different ones. Like it was a time where them dudes thought they really was something. Like that was like a thing. Like, and for me, I just always thought it was corny, bro. Like I never
I ain't
really.
gonna lie. I was gonna do the Greek thing.
Man, I'm not gonna pay nobody and get my
See,
behind.
that was the stopping block for me. I was like, hold on, no.
We gotta all wear the same clothes. Like I didn't even like the whole look of like y'all wear khaki shorts and polo tees and everybody gotta wear like in my era at least that's what they was like. They would all wear the little khakis with the polo tees, the little Sperry's. Like that shit was just corny to me. Like
when it came down to somebody like consistently putting their hands on me like every day for like a long, I was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. When I started hearing about like, they gonna, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But I definitely thought about it, and it was something that I would have been down to do. Like if it's just like if it would have been stuff where like you just got to do things, right? Like you got to carry people's stuff for X amount of time. You got to do work, right? You got to do some chat. Like I'm down. But when it came down to y'all talking about y'all finna be paddling me and I'm finna be getting hit or I'm finna be you know what I'm saying? Like all that, bro, you can count me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I ain't doing none of that. You know what I mean? That's just me though. I ain't knocking nobody. I got a lot of my best friend is an alpha. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to, he like, come on, man, you gotta pledge alpha. You gotta pledge alpha. And I would have been down, but yeah, y'all ain't finna listen. Listen, bro.
yeah.
My temper just ain't like that, bro. I'm sorry. I know y'all gonna say, well, you ain't got the discipline, brother. Okay, whatever, bro. But I was raised, my mama told me a long time ago, if somebody hit you, hit them back. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That's just how I was raised, Ross. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out, like, not to just because it go both ways, but like it's been so many clips of like at FAMU, you know what I'm saying, where was initiation gone wrong, you know what I'm saying, different times. Like, no, man, I ain't finna.
It go too far. It go too far.
You got niggas battling you and stuff, like, bro,
I ain't doing that.
Nah, hell nah.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. You ain't finna, we ain't doing that.
And I'm paying you? No.
Yeah, sir. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, my boy. We ain't out. I'm out. Again, I'm to quote the great Malcolm X, if you put your hands on me, it's my responsibility, Ross. It's not my duty or what I'm trying to do. It's my responsibility if you put your hands on me. It's my responsibility to make sure you never put your hands on anybody again. So take that how you want it. But that's what I was raised up under. That's my responsibility at this point to make sure you don't put your hands on nobody ever again. So don't touch me. Leave me alone. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Leave me alone. But let me tell you this. I don't like to promote fights in high school. I know people got these fight videos up, but this was so funny, Ross. I gotta show it on the show right here. Oh, he was talking. This is in New York. He was talking crazy. My boy over here, I don't know what this has got to be a couple of years ago because he got a mask on his face. But he took his belt off, and my boy is telling him, hey, bro, put your belt back on. He ain't even understand why my boy had the belt off, Ross. Watch this. Hold on. He trying to tell him put his belt back on. Watch this. Put your belt down, man. Put your belt down. Put your belt down, Wait. Hey, listen, I've been telling these dudes all the time. I got a lot of homeboys who do like MMA and all this stuff. Hey, listen, fam, it's a street fight, bro. Ain't no rules. Ain't no rules, bro. I'm telling y'all, ain't no rules. Up front, I'm gonna let you know whatever I gotta do to where I win or I don't get injured. That's what I'm finna do. So That's what it is. I'm eye gouging. I'm doing whatever. My man hit him in the face with that belt right here.
Wait.
Slap fire from him with that belt.
Hey, that's some Pootie Tang shit. This nigga don't watch Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang.
Slap fire out there, young man. Bro, you better keep your head on the swivel when somebody got a listen. That belt is a weapon. Clearly, the other young man never watched Pootie Tang before.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Okay, let me play this, and we're gonna get some other stuff and we're gonna get up out of here. I gotta show this because this comes around on my feed like every couple of years. And I know this era because I grew up in this era. This is the Freaknik. This is the Kappa Beach party down in Houston. What did y'all have during that Freaknik era down there in Florida? Did y'all have? Y'all ain't had no
go up to Atlanta for Freaknik.
For Freaknik, right? Yeah. So this is the Freaknik era. This is what we had in Houston down in Galveston.
You had Black Spring Break. Which
okay.
Was here.
So in Houston, in Houston, we would go to Galveston, right? That's where the beach is, and that's where we would have Freaknik. I was in high school. I went to Freaknik. I think 3 out of my 4 years. The only year I didn't go to Freaknik, to Kappa Beach Party was my freshman year. My sophomore, junior, senior year, I was at Kappa Beach Party down in Galveston. I had no business being down there. I wasn't even in college because it was really a college thing. You know what I'm saying? It's Kappa Beach Party. But I remember this era right here, Ross. And see, I was never a part of nothing like this right here was what you would see. And I'm not calling the dogs. I don't want nobody to get in trouble. But I'm just simply saying there was an era where like this right here, Ross, was very acceptable. This is an acceptable practice.
All right, so we got Egypt. Egypt, where you at, baby? All right, so we got Egypt.
Shout out to my man Kanye trying to get some footage, man. He was trying to get some footage, bro.
Hey, you hear that Luke in the background?
You hear that, Luke? Yeah. You hear that, Luke? Hey.
All right, so we got Egypt. Egypt, where you at, baby?
Shout out to Uncle Luke, man. You at that time, you know what's crazy? At Kappa Beach Party, my quick Uncle Luke story, we're gonna move on. Ooh. I remember being at Kappa Beach Party and then seeing from a distance this black van coming down the beach. And you're not thinking nothing of it, and all of a sudden you start hearing music as it's getting closer. Like, what the hell is that? And it was Luke, and he had the girls, and they was in the van, and they was getting it popping on top of the van. They had the van doors open. It was going down.
Before you even said Luke, I was finna say that's how I used to pop off in Miami. Back in the day, they say that's how it would pop off if you would get a van with the outside speakers.
Yep.
And they would park on the block and turn the whole block up. So like in some of the hoods out here, you still have that going on.
Oh,
like even you ain't seen the ice cream truck that don't play the little dun 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 dun. Like that's some Florida shit. That's some hood Florida shit. And you had a little doll, you had the girls twerking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's some shit right there. Like, as far as bent over twerking with a whole bunch of dudes with their phone out, that's a little crazy. But I mean, like, you look at that's the same shit that they do. Now it's just at a different scale. But think about it. How many times we've seen these videos of the girls in Miami or in Houston, they was doing it where they stop at a red light and they get out and they
out. Yeah.
Hood, whole ass out. Everybody standing around recording. Like it's really the same thing. It's just not people a little bit more sensitive to that type of stuff. But it's really like when they say nothing new under the sun, and like parents be like, "Oh, in our days we was doing this." Like that's really the same shit.
That's a fact. I want to get your thoughts on something real quick, Ross, because you're about a decade younger than me. Um, how do you feel about Netflix bringing a reboot of A Different World?
See, I'm not all the way up to date on the. I used to catch episodes. From what I hear, is like A Different World had a lot to do with like black people wanting to go to college and stuff. Like I hear a lot of good stuff about A Different World. I'm not too up to date. Like, let's watch it. It looks fire though.
Yeah, this is the. I'll play some of this trailer. Let's play. I think we can get away with playing this. This is fair use, y'all. Let's play some of this.
Welcome to Hillman, the preeminent HBCU in the country.
Baby, why are you here?
My parents have been pushing Hillman since before they knew my name.
Ever since you left me.
I just want to prove to them. My parents have been pushing.
Let me help you out here. These two people right here were on the original show. They were the two main characters on the original show. They became the two main characters on the original show, right? And the premise of this show is that they have a daughter who's now going to their college.
What was the premise of the first show?
Great question. So the premise of the first show originally, the show was based on, it was a spinoff of the Cosby Show. So the spinoff was Denise from the Cosby Show was going to college. That was the spinoff. And so Denise was the main character. Denise is what's her name? She married Lenny Kravitz. What's her name in real life?
Lisa
Bonet. So it was based around Lisa Bonet going to college.
So that lady is Lisa Bonet.
No.
Okay.
So that's the twist. Lisa Bonet, the first season, is the main character. Lisa Bonet gets pregnant by Lenny Kravitz
in
the second season, and she gets removed from the show.
Okay.
And the show goes on without her. And these two they were already in the first season, but they now become the new focal points.
Okay.
Yeah, because Bill Cosby famously told Lisa Bonet when he told her she was pregnant, because he was the creator and executive producer of A Different World. He famously told her, "You're pregnant. Denise Huxtable not pregnant." So you gotta get the hell up out of here, right? Like Denise Huxtable's not pregnant, so you got to go.
Okay.
So, and they wanted Debbie Allen. I'll go back because Debbie Allen is also in here. Debbie Allen, who was she's married to from the Los Angeles Lakers, Norm Nixon. She married Norm Nixon.
Okay. Okay.
She's Norm Nixon's wife. She's the sister of Felicia Rashad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Debbie Allen was a bad one back in the day. She was a baddie.
Okay.
She was a baddie. Yeah. But she's the okay. Let me go back. Hold on. She's
the grandma right there, or the mom right there.
No. Debbie Allen is the person that the daughter is talking to. Here goes Debbie Allen right here. This is Debbie Allen right here.
Baby, why are you here?
That's Debbie Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Debbie Allen.
My parents have been pushing.
And that's the parents. So this is Kadeem Hardison right there. And look, I know she don't look like much right now, but let me show you how she used to look. Can I please, no disrespect, I got a lot of respect. Her name on the show is Whitley Gilbert. Her name in real life is, God damn it, I can't remember right now, but hold on, let me show you a picture of her in her prime. Put it that way. Hold on, Ross. Hold on, give me a second. Because she was a baddie. Her name is so let me show you her from the show first, and then I'll show you famously her name is Jasmine Guy. Damn, I don't know why I could remember that, but she was like one of Tupac's like main chicks.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like her, like she was cool with Pac's mom to the day she died.
Fire.
Here she goes. So Jasmine Guy. Let me show you some pictures of her in her youth. This is her in her youth. Jasmine Guy was a bad one back in the Gap, bruh. She was one of them ones. She was like, she could sing, she can dance, she could do everything. So let me see. Hold on. For all my people out there who done seen, I want to pull up Jasmine Guy from the movie Harlem Nights. Hold on. When she played, hold on, here she go. This is when she was in a movie with Eddie Murphy in Harlem Nights. She was so cold back in the day. Okay, I'll just pull this up real quick because I can't find what I'm looking for. But here she goes. Here goes some collages of her right here of Jasmine Guy. I'm gonna switch screens. Yeah, she was like
I remember her. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying she just looks so different now. Them white jeans started kicking her ass.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Jasmine Guy.
You say them white jeans start kicking ass.
Listen, Jasmine Guy was a bad mofo back in the day,
Yeah,
my boy.
Yeah, she was.
Listen, Jasmine Guy had that.
That was pot work.
That was Tupac's work back in the day. Yeah, look at that right there. Yeah, Pac was pulling up on that right there. Yeah, Pac was pulling up for Jasmine Guy back in the day. She was writing them in prison and all that.
She got a little Michael Jackson in her though.
Oh yeah. Everybody did, baby. Yeah. So me personally, I hate the reboot. I hate all reboots. It's not just a different world reboot. I hate every single reboot. I thought Bel Air was trash. In the words of Frank Lucas, call it blue dog shit. Call it something else. Like that story could have been told, Ross, without it being called Bel Air. They could have had the same cast, call it something else, and it would have been fine. I probably would have watched it.
I'm gonna tell you what, and just off the concept of this, which I've heard of the concept, I just never really went and watched the old Different World. But I think I do like a sort of like a black college story. I like that.
But we had it. We had that with Grownish. Grownish, they was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had it.
Did well though, right?
I don't know. I never watched it.
Oh, okay. You never watched it. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Grownish. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. And Dear White People, aren't they in college in Dear White People?
I would say the only thing I like, and I love the Powers and the Tyreeks and Kanans and Snowfall.
Right. You're talking about
we need a black show. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Like I do like the idea of a black show.
But Ross, my only retort would be
us being.
But why call it why do a spinoff of A Different World? Why not just do something different?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Why not just like do something, like call it whatever and just do it? Like you don't have, I think to people like me, like bro, a different world, bro. You've heard everybody say it. A Different World was the reason that most black people at that time went to college.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I'm a 80s baby, right? I was born 1982. But A Different World was still the read that was still my first look into college, was like, oh, A Different World, right? Like the theme song is still memorable. Like I'm mad that they had Brandy redo the theme song. Not that I dislike Brandy. I love Brandy. But Brandy shouldn't be redoing the themes. You know who did the original theme or the second theme song? Aretha freaking Franklin, bro. The Queen, Aretha Franklin did the song. Like, you don't get no better than that. Aretha Franklin.
Brandy now? What you trying to shit on Brandy?
No, I love Brandy. I just don't like, she just re-sung the same. She didn't do a new song. That's my problem. See, we got a generation of people, of kids, of fake creatives that call themselves creators, but nobody's creating anything new. Like, it's nothing new that they're doing. This is all, they're just rehashing what we already saw. Like, why do that?
Yeah.
And I know people gonna say, oh, well, the old actors are in it. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn down work. Like, who's turning down a check?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think with shows like this, like 2 seasons, we'll know if it'll be around, or you know, if they're gonna get it up out of there the same way they did Bel Air and all the rest of them.
But here's the problem with it, Ross. The first problem is I agree with you. First, let me back up. I agree with you. There needs to be a balance to the excuse me, to all the other shows, right? We got so many of those shows. I'm with you. We got the BMF show. We got, you know what I'm saying, all the
Powers.
We got 100 power shows, right? Like, I'm with you. There needs to be a balance, right? We had a balance for a while with what's the show with dang it, the writer, bro. What's her name? The damn show with the girl.
Blackish.
Not Blackish. Blackish was good too, but the other one, what's her name? Dang it.
My girl.
You know what I'm talking about?
The girl from Blackish.
No, not from Blackish. Is she from Blackish?
No, but I'm saying the writer. What's her name?
Oh yeah, I don't know the writer's name.
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae. There you go. Yeah, Issa Rae. What's the name of the show she had?
Oh, I might be wrong. It wasn't Blackish that she had. Issa Rae.
What's the show she had?
Let me see. What was her show? Damn.
We losing our black card right
Insecure.
now.
I'm sorry.
There you go. Insecure. Yeah. So we had that for a while with Insecure, right? Because that was, you know, it was showing a different, it wasn't no dope dealing. It's professional. It's like real life relationships. So like you had like a real, you know what I'm saying? You had that for a few seasons. So I agree with you. We need to have more shows, and the youth need to have shows. Here's the problem. This trailer, it does the same thing that all the rest of these shows do. They get too far, bro, into like, they feel like, so I'm from an era, Ross, where like sex was never actually seen on screen. It was, you knew that those people were laying in the bed together, having a conversation, and then like maybe the woman would like climb on top of the dude and pull the cover over, and then like the scene would end, right? That's it. We're in an era now where we're going to see that whole scene, right? We're going to see Insecure famously had a scene where, you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but like, yeah, they went all the way there. So I think that's kind of sullies some of this, right? Some of this stuff needs to be held back on. Because let me play a little bit more of this trailer for you, Ross. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I do like the fact that they're bringing in the football, like, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I do like the fact they're bringing in like the whole, they're going, because the one thing that they didn't do was really talk about like the athletic experience in the original show. So they're and this guy right here, that guy right there, in the original show. So in this one, his son is the star quarterback in this show. In the original show, he's the best friend of the guy we just saw, whose daughter's coming in. They were best friends and roommates. Okay. So now fast forward to Jewels and the Necklace, his son is the star quarterback, and the story goes their daughter didn't get into any other schools, but she was able to get into Hillman as a legacy. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm with you. College football is off the rails. You got to go back and watch that. We was getting it in on that.
Yes, sir.
So that's what it is. But long story short, I'm not happy with any of these remakes, Ross. I would like for us to move on as a culture, create your own stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I can agree though.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like create your new legacies. Mm-hmm. You know? Create your new legacies. Okay. Anything else? Can we talk about this for just a few minutes? Because this is not me trying to shoot at Dion. But I believe this is an old clip, a clip of this is not even their head athletic trainer, but this is, I think their assistant athletic trainer has gone viral. They have a woman assistant athletic trainer who gave a speech to the team, and people have a lot of mixed feelings. Have you seen it?
No,
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be great
I
because you
know
have.
it's some bull. Come on.
It's not.
I got a feeling where this one going.
No. I'm just saying you haven't seen it yet. So here she goes giving a speech about the team, and some people, they had some opinions about it. I don't, listen. I'm gonna play it in its entirety. How long is it? Let me see it. It's a minute and 42 seconds. Let's play it in its entirety, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Ross, let's go.
I can't hear.
You can't hear? Okay, hold on. I think let me go back. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me remove this. Hold on. Give me a second.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, and tell me if you can hear this now. Can you hear that? Oh, damn, I ain't even got it up. Hold on. Hold on.
Nope.
Can you hear that? Damn, what's going on with my volume? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you can't hear it.
Sum it up. I can find that video. Here, let me see.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know why it's not coming up. Hold on, let me do this. Hold on. I might get taken out, but give me a second. Okay, I'm back in the building. Let's see if we can go back and reshare it now, Ross. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's try it again.
Practice, and you are just collecting what you are
You
owed.
can hear it now?
On
Okay, let's go back. Here we go.
Trophies are earned in practice. Trophies are earned in practice, and you are just collecting what you are owed on game day. You guys all have one of the most known logos in college football. Be proud of that, because I sure as hell am. I'll tell you what, when I go home, and keep in mind, fellas, my family's from Canada. They know who you guys are. And football ain't like that in Canada. But they know who you are. And when I talk about y'all, damn, I talk about y'all with great pride, because guess what? I don't do this for the love of the game. I do this for the love of y'all. And I do this because I want to see y'all be successful on that field. Like Coach Mo said, it's not.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna stop there. There we go. That's the thing that went viral. People were saying, Ross, like, I heard people saying she couldn't motivate them to run through a sheet of paper. It was a lot of going on. People were saying it's a DEI hire, it's a play.
How do we know if she's good or bad at her job?
Look at my man Keith said, bro. Just what guys want to hear. Some chick trying to hype them up.
Yeah, I think if she was a little bit more feminine, she might do a better job. You know what I'm saying? Start bringing some women around. You gonna.
Well, when he was at JSU, he had Brittany Renner out there.
They're gonna lift some weight. You know what I'm saying? But in all reality, I don't like having a female strength and conditioning coach. Not if you can't go out there and lift with them boys and do what them boys doing. Yeah, I don't really like that. But we can't really like fairly judge her based like on how well she does her job. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you say. I know you hate
My daughter's my daughter. I don't know what she's doing. She's trying to put my get out of here, man. She tripping. Listen, I obviously I have girls, I have daughters, right? but but it's a difficult thing, man. I think it's very difficult for women to navigate some of these locker rooms. I understand we want to be in an era where we're like making everything inclusive. I just think it's, you know, it's difficult to navigate. You've been in these locker rooms, Ross. You got a lot of, you know, a lot of guys who play professional, whether it's in the NFL, NBA, or overseas. It's a certain way that guys talk and interact in these locker rooms. And I would venture to say, Ross, most of the time, you know, you wouldn't want your lady, your girlfriend, your wife, your mom to hear how we're talking in the locker room, right? And so to have a woman as an assistant strength and conditioning coach, Ross, that's a super important part of your team, strength and conditioning, my boy, in college football.
Well, see, that's funny because with Florida, I can distinctively point to our good strength and conditioning coaches. And like you do notice a difference. I remember we had one, his name was Nick Savage, and he was like a maniac. And that's what I'm saying. I want my strength and conditioning coach to go out and to start the workouts with them. Right. I want a certain level of intensity. It was like he was like a maniac. It was like Marines. You know what I'm saying? That's how I envision my strength and conditioning program. You know,
right.
And you can tell the difference. Now, if we can go and point out like, hey, Colorado dealt with a lot of injuries. The Colorado guys, we didn't really see no gain and muscle from year to year. Because I know one thing, like the Gators do, we do the before and then the after pictures, and then we do the breakdown on how much.
Can I help you with that?
Yeah.
Remember what's the cornerback that started off with Dion and transferred? He looked totally different at Florida
than at Colorado. You're 100%. You're 100% right.
He looked his body pause looked totally different.
Hey, even Travis Hunter. Okay, we talked about it earlier on. After 1 year with the Jaguars, Travis Hunter looks totally different than the 2 years he did at Colorado.
And the 1 year he did at Jackson State.
And in Jacksonville, he was hurt. He only played 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like in football specifically, the difference is the strength and conditioning. That's the difference between let's take a program like Boise State or Appalachian State. The difference between those programs and the Power 4 or 2 is what they have access to. Like those, they're gonna have we've seen what's my dude name on the pivot, Channing Crowder. He went to
Florida.
Yeah, he said he was like, bro, we ate steak and shrimp every night.
Right.
Every night, he said we ate straight steak and shrimp. When you had these other schools, bro, you eating mystery meat. Pause. Some of these nights, you don't know. You going to the cafeteria, whatever they serving, that's what you eating.
Yeah.
At Florida, we eating steak and shrimp every night. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Plus, we getting all the protein and we getting the, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's different. And I don't know, you know, to your point, if we find out that Colorado is not getting injured at all and they got some more power to her, right? More power to her. But I think people were really reacting, though, Ross, to just the overall quote unquote speech, and they were like, this
Yeah,
ain't
like
really
that
motivational
was
speech.
very motivating. And I will say, even though I like this is not politically correct to say, but like, hey Dion, you got enough connects to ex NFL guys and Florida
Mhm.
State guys, and you got enough connects. I don't want you to go find a woman out of nowhere. Like you're a
From
stripper.
Canada. She from Canada. Not from she's from Canada.
Telling you, hey, my family don't know nothing about football. They know y'all. Like I don't even like, I don't do it for the love of the game. I do it because I love y'all. Well, what you
Yeah,
gonna
that
do in
sounds
the next
crazy.
group? What you gonna do in the next group 2 years down the line? Come in.
Yeah.
I love y'all. No, you like it should be. I'm in love with the process. It should be, this is all I want, all I think about. You know what I'm saying? Like I want
Yeah.
that's why I love our coach so much. I want a screw loose. I don't want you to be making too much sense and to be talking all like mindful when you talk. I need a little bit of a maniac. You got to be crazy for this. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite podcast right now, excuse me, is Andre Ward's podcast. We're gonna talk about boxing before we get up out of here. But that's my favorite pod. That's literally the only pod I actually listen to is Andre Ward's podcast. Either his interviews or with him and Roy Jones. Roy Jones, my favorite boxer of all time. But I think Andre Ward, I don't know how he did it, but he has a great interview style and he has a great way of extracting information from, fighters that he's talking to. And Andre Ward, when he's talking, so he just had an interview with a guy he had a fight with, Chad Dawson, one of the best. Man, listen, it was the only fight that I took that I picked the other guy over excuse me, that I picked the other guy over Andre Ward. Is I thought Chad Dawson was gonna kill Andre Ward. I was like, "There's no way he wins this." I'm like, bro, and I like Andre Ward had just won the Super Six. That was a big deal. He Olympic gold medal, all that. I was like, Andre Ward. I was like, man, Andre Ward, you my dude. But listen, fam, Chad Dawson is gonna kill this dude. Chad Dawson was the light heavyweight champion of the world. He had just beaten. He came off of victories so he beat the three guys that Roy Jones had just lost to, right? He beat Glenn Johnson, he beat Antonio Tarver, and he beat Bernard Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
So after he beat those guys, he called out Andre Ward. Now, again, Chad Dawson's at 175 pounds. Andre Ward was at 168, I think, pounds. He was the super middleweight champion of the world. And he said, yo, we can go. He was like, yo, we can go down. I'll go down to that weight and go get it. So Andre Ward and Jay Prince made him. They're like, oh, you said you'll come to us, so you got to lose that weight and come on down here. And he just lost too much weight. He didn't have it. Andre Ward ended up, I think, beating him with a body shot, knocking him out. Mm-hmm. But he did an interview with him recently. That was a great interview. I say all that to say this, Ross. When you're in these situations, bro, where you got to figure this thing out, in boxing specifically, right? Everything's important in boxing. The weight limit, how we're fighting, the gloves, the size of the ring, the city, all of that matters, right? Roy Jones famously is from Pensacola, Florida, right? Pensacola in the house. He always say that, Pensacola in the house. He literally put Pensacola on the map, for me at least, right? I ain't know what the hell Pensacola was. What are you talking about Pensacola, right? All I knew was at that point, I knew Tallahassee, because they call it Tally-Ho. I knew Tallahassee, I knew Miami, and I knew Daytona. Orlando was coming up at the time. Orlando was coming up. You got to remember, Disney was like, it was starting to, Orlando was still coming up. I'm an old nigga. So Orlando was, We wasn't tapping in on Tampa like that when I was young.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm an old nigga. We wasn't tapping in on Tampa like that. It was Tallahassee had some good work. Daytona, Miami.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, people talk about Jacksonville a little bit. Yeah, Jacksonville was on the map. Jacksonville.
Duval?
Nah, that came with Trick Daddy and all them brought in Duval. All them brought that in later. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on the speaking of that, man, I ain't even gonna make it. I wanted to take my wife, but we all gotta work. Lil Duval is in town this weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he in town this weekend.
Duval, man.
Yeah, Lil Duval in town.
Oh, that's the whoop. You know what I'm saying? That's the
yeah, Lil Duval, he in San Ann this weekend.
Hey, that
I wanted to go check him out, but I don't think we're gonna be able to check him out. Maybe Saturday. I don't know. We might see. I might tell my wife we're gonna go see Lil Duval Saturday. I would love to go see Lil Duval though, especially to see if he got a new set. I don't know what he's doing right now, comedy wise.
Duval was one of them legends from Comic View. You know, Comic View had him.
Yeah.
But nah, man, Florida, we've been on you know your boy, he from right here in Orlando. I'm pretty sure Kissimmee. Tarver.
Yeah, Tarver is, Tarver from down here.
Tarver from right here too, yeah. You know.
You're right, yeah. He said he always talked about like he grew up watching Roy Jones do his thing.
Yeah, we know him to throw them things over here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's some good fighters out there. Some good fighters out of Florida. We got to fight this weekend, Ross. We got to fight this weekend. Rolly Romero, Teofimo Lopez. Who you like in this fight?
Okay. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna go with T.O. I rock with Rolly, but I can't take Rolly serious. Rolly got
the belt. He the champ.
I don't know if Rolly's playing with a full deck. I don't know. But T.O.'s dad is a little funny acting. And then only thing I can think of is T.O.'s dad saying, dude, you gotta effing hit him, man. Like, dude, you gotta effing hit him. Like, come on, man. Hit him. Like,
yeah.
You know, so I mean, if that's the advice he's getting in the corner, anybody got a chance. But I'm gonna just go with T.O. just off of I trust T.O. to just be a little bit more serious than Rolly. Like, you never know what you're gonna get with Rolly.
I think that's the beauty of Rolly, though. I definitely think that Rolly had multiple teachers in his classroom, but I think that's a good thing for him, though. Like, if you're a fighter, I think as a fighter, you need a couple of screws loose, balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that when he gets in that ring, he understands what he's doing. He knows that he wants to hit and not get hit back. It's going to be interesting to see, because Teofimo Lopez's whole thing is he always had great power. So now he has a guy. I think this is the first time that T.O. is going to be in a fight with a guy who I think has better power than him, because I do think Rolly has better power. And so can T.O. go back to when he was a boxer? Can he go back to catching shots and counter punching? Because Rolly's going to come in there trying to get T.O. out of there. Because if Rolly's resume can include wins over over Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of a sudden, Rolly becomes somebody that not only does Devin Haney have to fight, but Shakur, if you moving up, you got to fight Rolly too. Everybody all of a sudden got to see Rolly. Like, right now, everybody kind of is putting that Ryan Garcia fight as like a fluke. But if Rolly pulls this off against T.O., then Rolly's legit. and the opposite is true as well. If Teofimo Lopez beats Rolly, let's say he knocks him out, or let's say he wins a lopsided decision, then now all of a sudden Rolly in boxing becomes what you never want to become in boxing, Ross, and that's a stepping stone guy. You become the guy who they say, let's put him against Rolly to see if he's ready.
Right.
You never really want to be that guy because that means you fighting all like the hungry young bulls coming up the ranks. So you never want to be that guy. But I think Rolly can become that if he loses bad to Tio.
Okay, so Rolly's losses came to Gervonta, of course, and then Cruz, Pitbull Cruz.
Yes.
What lost him against Cruz? What was it? Because I know
it's
how
just the pressure. Pitbull Cruz, it's just the pressure. It was a close fight, but Cruz is the bigger name, and he just fights with that pressure style.
So do you think
hands up,
like
looping shots?
Okay, and Teofimo ain't like that.
Teofimo's kind of outside, and he wants to throw big shots from the outside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cruz is coming in like this, ducking shots, and then getting mine off. So it was just really a clash of styles.
Yeah.
So I don't think he lost too bad personally. That fight, I scored it pretty close. But
and then Teofimo,
bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind.
With Shakur,
sometimes depressive lows.
Hold on.
Oh, Shakur destroyed Teofimo. Shakur just outclassed him.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Shakur and Teofimo, I mean, we know what happened. Who else did Teofimo lose? It was he lost Shakur. Did he lose to Haney? Who was Teofimo's only other loss?
I think it's just Shakur because he beat
Teo. No, it was the dude that Haney beat. It was the
the Matrix.
Cambosis.
Oh, damn, that's the Matrix. Yeah, Cambosis. Yeah. That he was terrible.
Teo lost to Cambosis, then Cambosis ended up fighting Haney.
That was terrible for him because he beat. Who did he fight before Cambosis?
Lomachenko.
Lomo. He beat Lomo. That was the fight that really solidified Teo. Was the Lomo fight.
Yeah.
Cambosis just came in there and said, "I'm gonna fight," and he was terrible against Cambosis. So that was a horrible.
I'm gonna roll with Teo. I think
Teo should win, Ross. He should.
Yeah, I think it's levels, and he just ain't on that level. But I'm gonna go Teo to beat Roe.
The problem with Teo is what you talked about earlier, his corner, and that's his dad.
Clown.
And I don't know if he's going to be able to make any necessary adjustments in this fight. And I think that's the biggest issue, man. If you can't make adjustments, then you put yourself in a terrible disadvantage in boxing, not being able to make adjustments on the fly. So that's my only real, point of caution that I have is like, can he make the necessary adjustments to win the fight?
Right, I agree though.
Can he make those necessary? But like skill wise, Teofimo Lopez is better than him.
Better, right?
Yeah, Teofimo is better than Rolly skill, but Ryan Garcia was better than Rolly skill wise. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I'm with you. If I had to put some money down, I would put my money on Teofimo. Before we leave, have you seen any of this Tupac Shakur trial?
Oh man, yeah. I watched Mob James, who went up.
That was crazy.
That was. Hey, at one point he told my man, like, stop him, like, get your lawyer, bro. I don't want to put you in jail.
He was, bro. That was, I don't know. That was bad from Mob James, bro.
Why you say it was bad?
Why would you say in open court, I don't want to say something that's gonna hurt him?
Hey man,
That hurt. That's hurting him.
Cold, man.
Bro, just don't say it. You ain't gotta like tell us what you thinking. Like I didn't like Mob James. And then there was another dude, a former cop.
Well, because they're enemies, but he's saying, I don't like you, but I gotta be here, but I don't want to say nothing to hurt you. So you need to, like, at the end of the day, you hired that lawyer. That lawyer works for you. You need to tell him, like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to tell him to stop. Because I'm sworn in under oath now. I can't lie, just blatantly lie. So y'all are putting me in a position where I'm finna have to tell the truth. And I ain't trying to snitch. And you don't want me snitching. So tell them shut up.
But let me ask you this, though, Ross. All this stuff happened 30 years ago. How about you just simply say you don't remember?
See, but then that's funny because what they're using in this case is all these interviews and clips of them talking about this shit on podcasts.
That's the problem. You're right. You 100% right.
They already got whatever questions they're asking. They already got you sitting down to Vlad telling the truth. So now you can't come in here and say, oh, I don't remember. Oh, okay. You don't remember? All right. Well, let me show you this. You was on Vlad 4 years ago and you broke it all the way down. Should I play this for the court? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I stand corrected. You're right. And that's the problem with these pods.
Yeah.
When you want to go and talk about illegal stuff.
It's been a case that
and Keefe D wrote a book.
Bro, not only the book, I mean, like, I was born in 1994. I should know the whole story about how Tupac got killed when I was 2 years old. Like, I knew the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been 30 years of kind of like common knowledge. And then now finally, like, I don't know how much money Vlad was throwing these guys, but now you get Vlad getting these guys doing interviews, talking about it. And
2,500. That's all it took. 2,500.
I was validating the stories that we always heard. I mean, you literally got Keefe D breaking it down. I've seen just documentary after documentary, interview after interview of them breaking down the whole situation to where me, little old me, who was 2 years old when Tupac died, I could tell. Like, I went to Vegas, and first time I went to Vegas, I want to go to the spot where Tupac was.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's just me. So let alone these dudes that really was intertwined and really lived to see it and lived to know about it and stuff. Like, I knew the whole connection of the Southside Crips with Diddy. Like, and I ain't from LA. You know what I'm saying? The Reggie Wright, that was crazy too, though.
I watched that as well.
Man, he
nigga said my boy was a crackhead.
He ain't all the way legit, though. He ain't all the way legit. It's some.
I mean, he did jail time, so yeah.
And I'm interested to see what's gonna trickle down to Diddy.
Because that officer said Diddy's name a lot. He said Diddy put money on his head. Yeah. Even
one of the guys they was talking to today, they was talking about Diddy. It was one of the Southside guys.
Yeah, he a Crip dude.
And
they asked him a bunch of questions about that fight in the mall too.
That Lakewood Mall, yeah.
I watched that.
And they was talking about like them going to the club with Diddy and Diddy them coming out to LA and being protected by the South Sides. Yeah, like it's gonna be ugly. And Tupac is so beloved, like I guess at some point we should say forget the street club. Like I get why
what happened, right? Like yo, what happened?
Exactly. Like
okay, before we leave,
forget.
You got 2 minutes, Ross, before we leave. Is the game dissing Kendrick Lamar right now with this new joint? We got new music. The Game and Drake got new music. Is the Game taking shots at TDE and Kendrick? What say you, Ross?
the diss in itself is jumping on the track with Drake. I mean, like we just saw a Game do a versus with YG, and we know for a fact that YG ain't been happy with Drake after Drake said, you know, who really finger set my nigga YG. You know, like
no, he said CB, didn't
he? And then he said YG.
Oh,
and then we got Drake, like, who's been taking shots out of anybody who was vibing with Not Like Us and who was on the pop-out stage. And literally the Game is doing this, like, based on that logic, Drake being mad at LeBron. The Game is doing the same thing with Drake. Like, based on, like, it's the exact same thing. So what I think is the biggest and the weakest part of it all is, like, we keep seeing people letting Drake use them as kind of like a pawn. And the Game, you fell for it. And, like, the Game, he kind of been a little off. Like, he jumped in and dissed Ross, if you remember. When Ross did.
I remember
like,
that, yeah.
Like he be itching to be a part of something. And I think, like, with kind of how that versus went and people saying he lost and then kind of people saying he was a little corny.
Him losing to YG was actually a really, really bad look for him.
Him losing that, him looking a little corny. Shout out, I be on Twitter heavy. What's my dude name? The Company Man, Justin Hunt, him and Rob Markman and all of them. They got a little podcast. What's his name? Stat Quo.
They got
a podcast, and Top kind of set the record straight and explained that the Kendrick in the Game stuff started off of the Game bringing Drake to Compton doing the 100 video. So now this is like a act of war, as if like, oh, you ain't like it when I did it the first time. Well, watch this.
Run it back.
So do I like the song? No. Do I ever have to hear it again? No. You got Academics and all these people like fake.
Oh, Academics is going crazy to it.
Now they like the West Coast music that they've been dissing for
right.
Like, so I think it's just whack. Yeah,
I do want to see what Whack 100 how he gonna try to clean this up.
And that's what I'm saying. Because Whack make it be known that Top is like one of his big dogs.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see how Whack is gonna try to clean this up.
Now, I would hate for all the unity and all the like West Coast camaraderie that we saw through Kendrick, you know, defeating Drake. I would hate for something bad to happen because the Game won a side. Like, not even to put that in the air, but it's just like,
yeah, I think that'll be good.
Is he? Like, I'm tapped in. We just saw the Bloods united since this. Like, why she did a whole blood walk? And
what I'm saying is, if there's an issue, it'll be isolated. It won't be like crew. It won't be like a crew thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be an isolated issue with like that. That's what I'm saying. I think it'll be good. All right, let's get up out of here on that note, man. We'll see what happens when we tap back in, man. When we come back, we might have a new welterweight champion of the world. We might have a new diss song by Kendrick. I don't know what's gonna happen. Y'all tap in. Ross and Risky, man. We back next week. Peace.